The Blood of the Dead Easter egg is not good. It is absolutely riddled with problems and unnecessary complications that make it more of a chore to do than most of the other main quests in Zombies, even by Black Ops 4 standards. But it can be fixed with some surprisingly small tweaks, and that's what I want to do, because an Easter egg shouldn't be this painful to do. But first, we have to understand what makes it bad. My problem starts with the step where you have to open up Brutus's room, because your choices to complete it are A, wait until round 17 to have a slamming Brutus spawn in and destroy the wall, or B, spawn one in yourself with the shield blast and then get him to wreck the wall with the monkey bombs. There really isn't a choice here, because nobody in their right mind would waste so many rounds when you could just get the monkey bombs. Which is simple, right? Well, somewhat. See, once you either get good RNG or do the free monkey bomb Easter egg, you have to contend with Black Ops 4 grenade system, which is so jank that the equipment you choose to take into the game, the monkey bombs, and the Hell's Retriever all take up the RB/R1 space. So because of this, you need to get the Hell's Retriever first to at least get the spoon and knife the wall, switch to the monkey bombs to do this step, and then switch back to the Retriever again for the bird step. I know this sounds like a minor issue, but why can't I just have both? There's already so much clutter on the HUD, you can't put another icon to the left of the perks for a tactical grenade slot? You're telling me that's too much? It's just so aggravating you have to forego the monkeys for this Easter egg because they are so useful for all of the challenges. And if you want to get them again, you're going to have to go through the box if you've already gotten the free ones. To fix this is honestly stupidly simple. Just make every Brutus that you spawn in via Spirit Blast have the slam ability. I don't understand why they arbitrarily assigned round 17 to have slamming Brutuses spawn in. Have all the regular Brutuses not have this ability, and all the Brutuses you spawn in via Spirit Blast when you type 666, just have them slam. This way you don't have to waste the free monkey bomb Easter egg for this step and give up your Retriever, or wait until round 17 to do this. Next, we move on to one of my bigger gripes with this egg, and that's the bird step. I'm really not a fan of running through the whole map to look through the 40 locations that the bird can be in. 4 times! Who thought that making 40 spawns for this bird was a good idea? The only other item that I can think of that has even as close to as many spawns as it are the extra perk slot dig sites from Origins, and that's only 16 of them. That's less than half of what we have here. Nobody except speedrunners are going to know all of the locations, so if you're everyone else, you're going to have to go around the entire map until you hear the stupid ass squawking, and then look up a guide to see the handful of locations it can be in for a certain area. It's just too mindless and repetitive for me, especially when you move at a snail's pace when you're looking through the shield. 40 locations for one object. What were Treyarch smoking? To fix this, I would greatly reduce the number of spawns by at least half. 20 or even 15 locations are plenty, and it would reduce the amount of mindless running that you have to do. Now we get to my biggest issue with this entire egg. The Spectral Shield, and how it drags literally every challenge down with its atrocious design and mechanics. It is such a terrible object to build the entire quest around for so many reasons. Let's first start with how over-reliant this egg is on the shield. I don't think any other object in COD Zombies has ever been required to be used so frequently for a main quest. Not even wonder weapons. Throughout the entire Easter egg, you have to use the Spirit Blast 30 different times. That's 1 to open Pack-a-Punch, 2 to get the spoon, 1 to spawn Brutus in, 3 for the bird step, 2 for the showers challenge, 3 for the Michigan Avenue challenge, 4 for the docks challenge if you get zombie blood, 5 for the powerhouse challenge, 6 for the new industries challenge, and finally 2 for the boss fight. And that's if you don't fail anything, because if you fail a challenge, the game decides to give you a completely different one, which is stupid. Why don't you let me retry the challenge? And you have to start every single one by using 2 Spirit Blasts. Which, by the way, is the maximum amount of blast that you could hold unless you upgrade it. Which is kind of ridiculous because you can only do the showers challenge with a full set of charges until you upgrade it. I get that 4 blasts when you upgrade it is double of what it is normally, but it just seems way too low when you need it so much. Sure, it makes sense when you're just playing the map and not doing the quest. But it's such a chore to farm souls in the middle of the rounds in between challenges, especially because it feels like it takes an eternity to take 1 soul. And it feels like the time to do so is increased the higher the round you are. Oh, and if your shield breaks, you lose all of your spirit blast, and if you need to buy another one or even repair it, it gets more expensive the more you do it. I seriously cannot understand any of these choices made by the devs. It's like they intentionally made this Easter egg as annoying as possible. But okay, we already talked about how it makes the bird stab worse, and it gets amplified with the challenges. In this game, I got the new industries challenge first, so that's what we'll start with. But before I even get to start it, I waste 2 spirit blasts to input the code and then get the portal to spawn. Okay, that's 2 out of 6. But now I need to get 4 more spirit blasts in order to suck the ghost dry before it shanks another ghost. But I can't do that because the original shield has a cap of 2 shield blasts. So if I don't want to get ass blasted by all the super sprinting zombies that spawn in during the challenge, I need to go and upgrade my shield so I can hold 4 blasts. And while the upgrade is simple, it can get really tedious because it relies on RNG. If you don't already know, you have to get the teddy bear of this map from the box, suck it until it gets blue, and then use the Hell's Retriever on it. So I go and do that, I hit the box a few times, and I get the monkey bombs. And you can actually see my pain because I can't grab them because I still need to use the damn Hell's Retriever to upgrade this stupid shield. I just want to have both of them. Why won't you allow me this simple thing? Okay, I hit the box a few more times and I get the lock, but I was being stupid, so I have to waste another 6,600 points in order to get the lock again, and I finally upgrade the shield. And this time the challenge goes pretty smoothly, even though I somehow kill a zombie with a spirit blast when he's directly behind me. But yeah, I get half of the blasts in before that, so I wasn't having to deal with the sprinters while trying to drain it. When you do though, it's an absolute nightmare if you don't have an undead man walking. But again, this step gets incredibly tedious because of the spirit blast cap on the regular shield and because of how you upgrade it. I wouldn't have as big of a problem with this step if the upgrade process didn't require the Hell's Retriever, if I could just have the monkey bombs and it at the same time, if there was a bigger limit on the amount of spirit blasts you could carry, or if there just wasn't an upgrade at all. And I'll talk about which solution would be best a little later. But now we move on to probably the most tedious challenge and the one with the next most shield blast needed. The powerhouse challenge. Now I don't know why, but I used to like this challenge, and I'm just gonna attribute it to me being young and stupid. But let's say you get through it first try. Okay, you're good at memory games. Now you have to look at 3 symbols in order to translate them, and this is such a pain in solo because they're all so wacky and similar looking. So I always resort to taking a picture with my phone while taking some really unnecessary damage to my shield. The translating part is fine. I think it's actually kind of cool, but then you have to spirit blast this dude 3 times when he's in front of the lever with the new symbols that you have. 2 issues here. 1, you have to use 3 more spirit blasts, and if you have only 1 zombie left, you're kind of screwed because you only have 2 blasts left since you used 2 to start the challenge, meaning that you have to end the round to get more blasts and come back during the next one. My next issue is that this is enraging in solo because odds are you're going to kill the last zombie when you're blasting this dude while he makes his agonizingly slow rounds around the levers. You know, monkeys would be really useful here, but I couldn't grab them because of the stupid upgrade process. If you don't have them, trying to do this mid-round is really annoying if you're trying to keep yourself and your hard-earned shield blasts alive. But 2 easy fixes here would be to not have a limit on the blast, or to just not have me lose all of my blasts if my shield breaks. That way I wouldn't have to worry about my shield as much, only myself and the little ghost man, which would balance this challenge out in my eyes. I don't really have any complaints about the rest of the challenges, and hey, what do you know? These are the ones that you can do with a full set of shield blasts. I used to be annoyed with the dog's Morse code step, but ever since they found out the correct way to do it, I've actually had fun with it. Also, this isn't necessarily a complaint, but I found out that the banjo challenge is timed. At least that's what I think was happening because I was taking damage after a while, even when I was in the circles. Actually, I do have one complaint. Why did they have to put Banjo Boy next to the wall by? Like, he couldn't be on, let's say, the other side of the room so as to avoid any accidental purchases? No, I guess not. That would have made way too much sense. And yeah, the rest of the Easter egg is fine. Alright, now that I've ranted and moaned long enough, here's the fix that I propose for the challenges. In my mind, this isn't negotiable, and it's to let me retry the same challenge the next round. I seriously don't understand the purpose of giving me another code and making me use at least 2 more Spirit Blasts if I panic and don't know why I'm taking damage in the Showers challenge, or if I mess up once on Simon Says. Gorod Krovi already works like this. It lets you retry the same challenge the next round, and it works really well. We're already being punished by having to wait an extra round. It's completely unnecessary to make me spend more time getting more souls for more blasts on a broken shield system. For the shield itself, I have a few solutions that could be used in a few combinations in order to balance it out a bit more. And I'm not going to change the grenade system because I want to try and rectify this within the game that we got. Fix the egg, not the game mechanics it was unfortunate to be put in. I've already talked about some of these earlier, but number 1, regular shield has 3 blasts and upping the spirit blast limit to 6 when it's upgraded. Number 2, taking the shield upgrade away entirely or changing it so it doesn't involve the retriever. Number 3, or having no limit when upgraded, especially if we keep the time to take a soul the same. The only saving grace here is dog rounds. Number 4, making the soul taking process faster during insta kills. This would make the process of soul farming during rounds incredibly less tedious. Number 5, making the shield twice as durable when upgraded. Number 6, making it so max ammos add 1 spirit blast. Number 7, let me move at a normal speed while looking through the shield. Number 8, let me keep all spirit blasts if the shield breaks. Number 9, charge me a set amount for shield repairs or buys. And number 10, don't make me use 2 spirit blasts to input the code and spawn the portal in. Just choose 1 and let me use 1 spirit blast. 2 is stupid. In my opinion, I think the best combination would be making the shield more durable when upgraded, giving 3 blasts to the regular shield, 6 for the upgraded one, making insta-kills cut down on the time to take a soul, and max ammos adding a shield blast. Having all of them would make it too easy, and I know that sounds weird after all the complaining I just did, but these fixes would make it more balanced. We're a fickle bunch, us zombies players, and we don't want an easy Easter egg, we want a challenging yet balanced one. This way, the time it takes you to fill your shield is the same, but you don't have to worry as much about it breaking because there are other faster ways to fill it. And it's more durable. This would also lessen the blow to my points because I wouldn't have to buy it as much if I'm at least somewhat conscious of my shield. Cashbacks and killjoys would become really good to take into the game and would become part of the strategy. It's much more fair to give the player strategy instead of just leaving them with no options and pure difficulty. Also, upping the regular shield limit to 3 would make it so that you can complete most of the challenges, Showers, Docks, Michigan Avenue, with the regular shield. I would keep the upgrade so that it adds some spice when you have to do the other challenges, but I just wouldn't involve the Hell's Retrieval. Something I thought of was that there could be 3 different lockdowns that you would have to do by looking for a ghost shield part that you can only see through the shield. These parts could be in the Mob of the Dead old shield locations. I think it'd be cool if it worked similar to the Magma Gat, where once you collect enough souls, you deposit it with your shield, and then you have a limited time to spirit blast the bench where you built it. This way I can keep the monkeys when I'm hitting the box, and when it's upgraded, 6 blasts is enough for both of the other challenges. Yes, you'd still have to upgrade it before doing any challenges if you get the new industries or powerhouse first, but at least this way it doesn't involve you spending more than 5,000 on the box and relying on RNG, which are the most tedious parts. It also doesn't use any more spirit blasts, and it just makes logical sense. You do 3 lockdowns for each extra blast. Maybe you could even make it so that you don't have to do all 3 to get all 3 of the extra blasts at once. Every time you complete 1 lockdown, you automatically get 1 extra blast. So you could raise the limit at your own pace. You could also make it so that the durability goes up with every lockdown. This again adds more strategy to the setup. I would have just not had a blast limit, but I think having insta-kills and max ammos help the count is enough to give the player an easier time, while leaving some difficulty since you still have to be smart about when and how to fill up or upgrade your shield. That's also why I didn't choose to take away both of the spirit blasts at the beginning of every challenge. If you upgrade your shield, having 6 of them, you only have to refill it a maximum of like 5 times if you don't fail anything, as opposed to more than 7 when the maximum is 4. And again, you have the max ammos and insta-kills. Also, keeping all the blasts after a shield breaking would be nice, but it is a good incentive to be mindful of it, and the added durability when upgraded would make losing the blast more of a fair punishment. These changes would also make the new industries and powerhouse challenges more fair. New industries would be easier because you would only have to do 1 of the lockdowns for the shield upgrade if you want to complete the step, since you need 4 for the ghost. And if you want to spawn in the portal the same round, you can still upgrade the shield fully without having to compromise monkey bombs if you want to take them into this step. And powerhouse would be made more fair because while you still have to worry about your shield breaking, the added durability makes this much less of a worry, so you mostly have to be concerned about staying alive and when the ghost is at the right switch. It would also be able to be done without the upgraded shield if you already spawned in the portal, which is a plus. There's already enough of a challenge with the tediousness that is Simon Says and translating, so making this part slightly easier balances out the challenge. Oh, and finally, I would make the fast travel portals instant. or however long it is in Shadows of Evil and Revelations. There's no reason it should take me 10 seconds to get from point A to point B. It's called fast travel for a reason. And I timed it, by the way. It just wastes time and drags the egg on, especially with steps in the new industry side of the map where you have to go back and forth. That's 20 seconds taken away from you for no reason. And I know in this hypothetical situation you would need to change the location of the golden nugget for the golden shank, but honestly it'd be incredibly easy to put anywhere else in the map. Not too aggravating, not too easy. Perfectly balanced, as all things should be.